So I've already got my brows on, and I'm gonna skip the base and go straight into the eyes first. I've got a little bit of makeup on from before, but let's just ignore that and pretend that I don't have anything on. I'm going in with a base first, and this is the matte paint pot in Painterly. I'm just gonna take it with my clean finger and apply it all over the lid, taking it all the way up to the brow bone. I'm also going to take it underneath the eyes. You can use a brush for this if you want. So next I'm going to move on to the eyeshadow, and you want something nice and warm in your crease. What I'm going to use is the Sleek Contour Kit, and this is in the color medium. This has a pretty, I don't know, orange toned color, I would say. And that's exactly what I want, because I want this look to be slightly warm as it blends out into the brow bone. And then if you lack that depth in your eyes the way Asian eyes do, then what you can do is drag it all the way into the inner corners of the eyes, just over here, and then just extend that all the way down and contour your nose as well if you need to. Alright, so now I want to run a darker, more chocolatey brown color into just the outer C of the eyes. I'm going in with my Sleek, what is this, Oh So Special palette, and just this chocolatey brown color over here in the palette. And I'm going to use a little kind of dual fiber brush for this. And I'm just going to slowly, very, very slowly etch in that outer C. You can take your time with this. You don't have to be too neat, because you're just kind of laying down the eyeshadow first before blending it out. Just make sure you don't go too far beyond your crease, and then extend that wing out a little bit. And the reason why this is great for hooded eyelids is because you're kind of cheating that crease by extending it out over here instead of putting it in your actual crease. And then once you've got that overall shape mapped out, just go in with a blending brush and soften all the edges. And from this part on, you can kind of pull the eyeshadow and blend it inwards a little bit. Alright, so now that you have that nice wing done, you want to layer a slightly deeper, slightly darker chocolate brown color into that kind of C that you laid out earlier. Now I don't have a darker color than this one over here on this palette, so what I'm going to do is actually mix this color in with the black just to create a slightly darker color. And what I'm going to do is put it slightly before that kind of outer edge of the eyeshadow that we laid down. And that's just going to add some dimension to your eyeshadows. And then of course just blend that out again. Next we're going to go with the kind of eyeliner look that we're going to do with eyeshadow first. So I'm going with the pure black eyeshadow on the palette. And this one I'm going to apply with a brow brush. So with this look, what you want to do is, as usual, aim for the ends of your eyebrows here. And just stamp that eyeshadow in like that. And then once you have that kind of shape mapped out, you want to use whatever's left over in your brush and kind of smudge it inwards. I need to stop using the word kind of. But yeah, just smudge that line inwards and try to blend it in with the eyeshadow that we applied earlier. And we only want to do this with the outer half of the eye. Now if you have too much product loaded up on your eyeshadow brush, what you want to do is grab a slightly cleaner brush, I can't say anything today, and just blend that. You can extend that line. I'm just going to extend it so you can see what it looks like. I'll just pull it out a little bit more and then blend that in. So I want to define the brow bone. I'm going to use a concealer that's one shade lighter than my skin tone. This is the Collection 2000 concealer, and the color is fair. It might get a little bit messy, so I'm actually going to take that out on the back of my hand, and then what I'm going to do is pick it up with a concealer brush and then apply that directly underneath my eyebrows. And then finally, to keep that warmth in the eyes, I'm going to very, very, very lightly apply an orange colored eyeshadow right above the crease. I'm going to use my Sleek palette for this. I know Sleek is really good with all these matte, intense eyeshadow colors, and that's why I chose their palette to do this look. I have this Circus palette and this orange colored eyeshadow here. And what I'm going to do is just pick it up with the brush that I've been using to blend, tap the excess off on the back of my hand first, and then very, very lightly run that color right above the crease. And of course, make sure that that all blends together with your eyeshadows. And make sure to run your blending brush in between all the colors, just so they all blend together. Okay, so just a couple more steps for the eyeshadows. The first thing I'm going to do is go back into the Oh So Special palette and pick up this really light color over here in the palette, just with my clean finger. And then pop that on the inside of the lid where we haven't applied any eyeshadow yet. And then finally you want to mix in that orange color in the Sleek palette, Circus palette, with this biscuity color that we used earlier, and just apply that to the under eye. And then finally, now it's time to go in with an eyeliner. I would recommend a gel eyeliner for this. I'm going to go in with the Clinique liner in True Black, and just apply that as close to the lash line as possible. And then on the outer corners, what I'm going to do is just follow that line that I mapped out with the eyebrow brush earlier and the black eyeshadow. That's done. I'm going to go in with the same eyebrow brush and the black eyeshadow that we used earlier. And I'm going to smudge that line out. Now to complete the eyes, I'm going to go in with mascara and false eyelashes. The mascara I'm going to be using is the Kiss Me mascara. And this is the volume and curl one, which I think is really amazing. Alright, so my false lashes are on, and in a minute I'm going to run a liquid eyeliner over the band. But before that, while I'm waiting for the glue to dry, what I'm going to do is go in with a concealer just to clean up my under eye area. I'm going with the Bobbi Brown Creamy Concealer in Ivory. Just going to apply that and buff it in. And then what I'm going to do at the outer corners is actually just clean up that line and create a nice wing. Alright, so before I start off with the base, I'm going to go in with my Dolly Wink liquid eyeliner and just cover up the lash band. I also really like doing this because what it does is actually really intensifies that eyeliner color. And you know I love my dark eyeliners. Okay, so now it's time for the base. Now for the base, I want something really nice and glowy, and I have been absolutely loving these La Roche-Posay BB creams. These are the Melt-In BB creams in the color number 1 and number 2. Now, both colors are pretty close to my skin tone, I think. So what I'm actually going to do is mix them in together just to create the perfect skin tone. So I know a lot of people like to apply their BB creams with their fingers. They find that it gives them a little bit more coverage and helps it melt into the skin a bit more. But I personally find that with this BB cream in particular, I actually really like applying it with a kabuki brush. This is the Sigma Angle Kabuki. And I'm just going to really buff that into the skin. Okay, so now it's back in with my Bobbi Brown Creamy Concealer, just to cover up any imperfections. And then I'm powdering my skin with my really gigantic tub of Ben Nye banana powder. And now I'm going to try and add a little bit of dimension to my face where that foundation took it off, because it's pretty good coverage. This is the Sleek contour kit that I used on my lids earlier. What I'm going to do is just pick it up with an angled contour brush, blush brush, sorry. And I'm just going to dust that right below my cheekbones and do the 3. The blush I'm using is actually from this new brand that I discovered called Alama Pure. They are a mineral makeup brand, and this is their blush in Guava. They have a shimmer version and a matte version, but I got the shimmer one. So I'm just going to put that on the tops of my cheeks and blend it into my contour. And then finally, I'm going to finish everything off with my YSL lipstick. This is in the color Nude Beige. I'm gonna go in with my Beauté lip gloss. This is the Luminous Volume Gloss in Girly Show. And so this is my finished look. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions about the look at all, any requests, just leave them in the comment box below and I will get to them as soon as I can. Remember to thumbs up this video if you liked it and subscribe to my channel as well. And if you already follow this channel but want to get a little bit more of Emily's Anthology updates, I do an Instagram account where I post all my looks in advance of the videos going live, as well as little bits and bobs of my daily life. So I really love it if you guys could hop on over. It's linked in the description box below, and thank you guys so much in advance for subscribing. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye!